seriously in the basement. And thank God we're in the basement, because sometimes I think any place else but the basement is not a safe place to be. I watch the news every morning, and there are some areas that are just not as safe as being down in this bulletproof basement that was created about 100 years ago. And I know that it's bulletproof because my family did some things that maybe they weren't supposed to do. And this house was shot at. All right, I'm only kidding, but it was fucking funny, and you know. Thank you so much for tuning in so fast. That we got a great show tonight. We got a cool guest going to come down here and hang out with me. We got two really great new sponsors, and also one of the best caterers to come down to the basement, who comes down here almost all the time because we love his food. And we're going to be doing something really fantastic this week at his place of business, because on Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be doing, like, say, a little bit of a press junket, a meet and greet with yours truly, comedian Mike Marino, at a sub shop. I know I'm getting big laughs out in the real world. Right now I got 5 people here just looking at me like I'm an asshole, but that was funny as fucking shit. Thank you so much. Hi, Pam. How are you? It's nice to see you. And everybody on Instagram, thank you so much for writing into this show just this fast. We made some really cool announcements. I had to move the show from Monday night at 7 to Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock is when I'm going to do the show from now on. Somebody already wrote in, where are you going to be on Friday at 1 o'clock? And I think they think that I'm kidding. I'm not. At 1 o'clock this Friday, I will be at Hero King's sub shop in Nutley, New Jersey. Now look, it's free to get in, but there's a 2-drink minimum, and you got to have a sandwich. If you don't have a sandwich, they throw you out. And if you don't have a sandwich, I don't get paid for the meet and greet, so please come and eat. We actually have a lot of food from Hero Kings today, and when my guest comes on the show, we're going to start eating as we always do. Sometimes I think this should actually just be a cooking show, because we eat more than we talk. And if you're Italian like I am, talking while you're eating is very difficult, especially if you're around Italian people. There's one thing that I know about Italian people: when you're talking to them, they talk with their mouth full and they spit all over you, especially mozzarella. Mozzarella coming out of somebody else's mouth landing on your chin is pretty disgusting, because it looks like you did it. But you didn't. It was somebody who was sitting across from you. One of the greatest things about being a comedian is saying something funny and not hearing any laughter at all, because that was fucking hilarious. And they want us to do these Zoom shows where people are on the other side of the laptop just staring at you like you're an asshole, rather than go to the comedy clubs, which I hope open up soon. That is one thing that's great about New Jersey. A lot of things have opened, and luckily I was able to do some shows that were out under tents, and some shows were at restaurants. Let's see who's saying hello here so far. I do have about 6 people in my house right now. I can't turn the camera around, but if I did, you would see that we are legitimate, good-hearted, loving, caring people, because everybody here has a mask on and they're social distancing. And when they came in, nobody shook anybody's hand. We all elbow bumped. And we all know each other for years. And they also have a security guard at the front door. Took all their temperatures. I'll wait for you. That is fucking hilarious. We took everybody's temperature. Yes, old school, in the ass. Carlo Balario is here, the host of a great show, Animal House Radio. And he's sitting here saying that we checked everybody's temperature with the old school thermometer, because he knows that I collect antiques, and that's the only kind of thermometer that's in this house. And that thermometer was in asses way back since George Washington was alive. I hope nobody's mad at me for saying George Washington, but he slept in this town. I don't even know if they had a thermometer back in the day. Right now we're getting a nice email from one of my sponsors in Los Angeles, and I'm going to do a nice shout out and a hello to you, Robert Quattro, of Foggia Italian Deli and Market in Lakewood, California. One of the greatest places to go if you want Italian food in Los Angeles, California. Now, the stigma of Los Angeles is that there's no places to get good Italian food. There's no places in California to get pizza. Well, that's a hunk of shit, because you can. You just got to know where to go. So we're going to say that right up on the top. Robert, I miss you and your wife. I miss everybody. Orfoggio Italian Deli. You're always welcome to put your website on the internet right now so everybody can see. We're also going to be talking to you about Bada Bing Coffee. You see I'm proudly wearing the Bada Bing Coffee shirt. So I'm glad that you made a purchase and everybody can make a purchase. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. Hi, Mariella. It's nice to see you. Sometimes I can't really acknowledge this many people this fast. I would like to, but I appreciate you people writing in. Name for a sub. Mike, get the bat. Oh, thank you, Pamela. That is fucking great. Okay, that's right. They're going to name a sub sandwich after me. I was hoping they would call it the Mike Marino sandwich, but maybe we should call it Get the Bat. Maybe I can have a couple of sandwiches. Johnny Salami is here. Stop laughing. His real name is Johnny Salami. Imagine growing up with that name. Hey, Salami, what are you doing? And there's Foggia Italian Deli. Thank you so much, Robert, for doing that. You know I love your wife and your family and everybody, so I miss you so much. I do hope I'm going to get back to Los Angeles one of these days. Right now, I'm just praying that everybody out there is safe and that you're okay, because we're all watching the news here in the state of New Jersey, and the fires out there is just unbelievable. Of course, you know that I live in North Hollywood, and my friend who's in my place in North Hollywood right now said he sees red skies, and that's pretty far away. And of course, everybody in San Francisco is talking about the fires, and they're pretty far away as well. So I pray that everybody's going to be okay. And actually, I have to do a couple of jokes about what the president said tomorrow in a little bit of a roast that I'm going to do. And I never do politics. I don't like to talk about that, but I did see an interview and President Trump was sitting there and the guy said, science, it's science. And he goes, it's going to get cooler. Holy shit. I mean, that is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard anybody say. It's going to get cooler. Could you imagine there's people losing their houses due to a wildfire and the President of the United States says, don't worry, it's going to get cooler. That's like saying someplace in Florida, oh, don't worry, it's going to get drier. I didn't get no laughs out of that, but I should have. That was really, really funny. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Johnny Gabagool just wrote in. He wants to have an argument with Johnny Salami. I keep saying Johnny Roast Beef. We're all mutual friends with Johnny Roast Beef, who's an actor in Los Angeles, originally from the East Coast. His claim to fame is he was in Goodfellas, but he's also been in a lot of different movies. He was also in the movie Green Book, written by a nice Italian fella from the East Coast, Nick Vallelonga, who won the Oscar for that great, great movie. And I appreciate that. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Darlene, thank you so much for your orders. I really appreciate that. I've been selling Marino 2020 t-shirts. So if anybody goes on my website, MikeMarino.net, you too can get a Marino 2020 t-shirt. And you could also get these nice Italian, Make America Italian Again masks, which I've been selling a lot of. I never thought in my entire life I'd be selling fucking face masks. Thought by now I'd be playing Madison Square Garden, but I'm making a couple of nickel and dimes selling masks. And I appreciate you people for doing that. I think right now even guys like Billy Joel and Bruce Springsteen are pretty upset that they can't play Madison Square Garden as well. Oh, Montreal, Canada. Well, I love Montreal, Canada. We're in New Jersey, if you haven't heard the accent. I like the accent in Canada, especially Montreal. I have a lot of family in Montreal. Oh, hold on a minute. Here comes some fan mail from my guest who hasn't sat on the show yet. Hi, Sharon Sims. Is that your sister?
It's my wife.
It's your wife. Oh, did I fuck up?
Got the first one. Sims.
Sharon Sims. Sharon Ceccio is here. Well, hello, Sharon. You should come down to the party right now. We have 5 people that won't crack a smile at nothing I say. Nice to see you, Montreal, Canada. Sharon, if you want to come over, I can't say my address right now because strangers might come over. But if you would like to come down the basement, the front door is open, has a little sign, says you're late. Oh, look, now we got people saying hello to Sharon. She's not here. You're supposed to say hello to me. This is one of the craziest things about an online talk show. People start talking to each other rather than the host of the show. I just created a chat room for females. Your wife and her friend are having conversations with each other on my show. I'll block you. Can I even block people? This is your mom's friend, Joss Ganella. Is that a name? Joss? J-O-S?
Joseph.
Oh, it's a Joe?
Giuseppe.
Is it a girl?
No.
It's a guy.
Scout leader.
Some guy's talking to your wife while you're away.
He likes my wife.
I just caused trouble on the show. Where's Jimmy? Oh, fuck. You're getting too many fans. All right, listen, without further ado, why don't we bring tonight's guest on the show? We have a lot of stuff we want to talk about. He's a chiropractor here in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's got a crazy, whacked-out family. He's Italian. You can tell by the name Ceccio and the people that are writing into the show. This is James Ceccio. Come on in. Come on in, buddy. Come on in. Grab a seat right here. As you notice, the band just played him into the show. Thank you very much. I got the greatest band, huh? Every once in a while they play and you can hear them. I invited Jim to come down to the show because he's been begging me for a long time, so I figured tonight would be a good time. I can't believe the people in this room that won't crack without one fucking smile.
I've been giggling.
We got food up the ass. We got mozzarella getting stale. We got coffee and a bunch of stiff-looking people going, what the hell are we doing down here? This doesn't look like a show.
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
Cool seller.
All right, so thank you,
was
Jim,
my
for coming
cellar.
down here. He called it a cellar. Look at all your friends saying hello. There's Josh.
Hello.
We asked Jim to come down to the show because he's a friend. He's also a chiropractor, and he's helped a lot of people. Look, now you got some guy saying you're the
Including him.
chopper. And now
Chopper is
they're
online.
saying
Nice.
nothing like an Italian chiropractor. Italian bone cracker.
Yeah.
He's not that kind of a cracker.
Cheeks.
Listen to this. Also, the president said if you swept up the leaves, it would burn. It would. Oh, that's fucked up. Don't say that, man. That's fucked up. Jonah's in the house. All right, so we're with Jim. Jim, thanks for coming down, man. I appreciate you. You're a nice buddy. And I had some neck problems, and Jim straightened me out. I had a little bit of problem with the alignment of my back, and Jim straightened me out. He introduced me to a lot of people in this town who we're going to talk about, too, because they happen to be down here in the basement. So tell us a little bit about your career as a chiropractor, and also tell us what happened to you, because he not only is he a great guy, great chiropractor, but he had a near-death experience, and he's alive to tell about it. That's why they call it near-death.
Near death. Okay, well, do I talk about the chiropractic first, or?
Go ahead.
I was in I went to undergraduate school, Albright College. Met my wife Sharon Sims there.
Notice he had to go right. Met my wife.
But
in the beginning of his dialogue.
With that, I also then went on to chiropractic school, Palmer College of Chiropractic, Davenport, Iowa, where I met a lot of great Union County, New Jersey, New York, and Long Island, and Connecticut chiropractors, and we were all East Coast guys. We all ended up, ironically, mostly going on a rugby team, Pi Kappa Chi fraternity rugby team. We had 68 rugby players in this insane fraternity at chiropractic school, and we used to talk about how we seem to make Animal House seem like choir boys, but that's behind us, and we can talk about that some other day.
No, that's not behind us. You can talk about that. Screw what's going on in the world today.
Well, probably
he
some of
went
my-
to college the right way. He got drunk and became a chiropractor. That's what you're supposed to do.
We had the greatest toga
The
parties
good old
anybody's ever been
toga.
at. We had our own. We had tons of toga parties. All the local colleges, everything.
I don't think anybody even knows what a toga party is. It's when you dressed up like a Greek goddess and you got wasted and then you got rid of the sheet and you were naked.
Yeah. It's when when your friend dates the girls from the nursing school and they steal all the sheets from the closets in the hospital, and we have a toga party and girls get in for free, guys $5, and if you bought a television that we could throw off the roof, you got in for free as well. And that has been a tradition since 1981 when I started that at chiropractic school, and to this day we're still throwing live TVs off the roof of our fraternity. Sorry to say that to the
Don't be sorry to say it. It's funny. And I remember when people would say, girls get in free, guys got to pay.
Yeah, $5. That was a lot of money in our day.
That's
They
so
were
long.
panning around from each other, but it worked out very well. We had DJs from Long Island come in, and they were playing rap and disco and everything, and we were playing Sinatra and Rolling Stones and Zeppelin, and it was going crazy. But then we got serious. We took our national boards. We came back to our houses. I came back to my hometown. He did mention my parents, of course. My mother, of course, bought Dr. Palumbo's house, so I could then open my practice out of Dr. Palumbo's house right next to the Scotch Plains High School. And then it became Ceccio Chiropractic, where I was for 35 years.
I'm trying not to laugh, but I don't know if you're reading any of this, but
No, they're
these
probably
people
all
are singing,
taken on.
"Toll God, Toll God." You got people who are going like this. He's the best chiropractor. He gives back the Adjust Mike live on the show. This is hilarious.
That's
you
good.
guys are
We'll have to
assholes.
do it some other
are you
time.
reading this shit?
I can't read it. I don't have my readers on. You do.
Jim, do
But-
you do the humdinger? What the fuck is a humdinger?
But within that, I've luckily have come around a lot of different people in my practice. When I have been lucky enough to meet a lot of people, deal with a lot of pro athletes, some celebrities, all kinds of great things. But here's the best celebrity of all right now.
Well,
And he at least invited me to his cellar. But
he calls
with-
it the cellar. It's the basement.
the
It's
basement,
different.
I'm sorry, big difference. But we were told to go down the cellar. But that wasn't the basement. So I've been in practice. I'm kind of retired at this point. But at the same time, I work on wonderful people like Mike and some of the other people I'm special with. The near-death experience. Let's go to several years ago. My dad runs away and goes up to heaven. I got a little sick from a recluse spider bite on my hand. And then I start getting more and more sick. I start getting dizzy, falling all over the place, crazier than I normally am. Until I go to Home Depot with the golf pro at Chacamaxon Golf Club. I grab his arm and he says, "There's something wrong with you. I think you got a tumor in your head." And I just thought I had vertigo, but we immediately went over to Dr. Dabachnik in Westfield, and he sent me over to get a scan, and the radiologist who told me to go right to the hospital, and I left without listening to him to pick up my old mother and my kids from school. My wife was in Guam, and that he released me from his care. So as I went around the next few days, I was going to go to scout camp, bring a bunch of kids down to a scout camp. John Tabachnik called me and said, "When are you going to quit that F-bomb? When are you going to not go in that car and kill everybody on your trip down to the Pine Barrens?" But I rushed to the hospital. As soon as my wife walked out of the car and into the house, she goes, "What's going on?" I got a suitcase on my shoulder. I said, "We're going to the hospital. I'm getting immediate brain surgery on Monday." This was a Friday night. I was diagnosed with the same tumor as John McCain 2 days before John McCain. And luckily, as I went to the hospital, I carried all my mass cards, all my prayers, my father's New Testament. Meet my pastor, my Indian pastor comes in and said, Jim, God's coming. He's going to lay his hands on you. You're going to be fine." And I just looked at him and I said, "I don't even get sick, but this is kind of scary. Hopefully I'll be okay." I met the neurosurgeon. He told me the roto-rooter surgery they were going to do around my head, which I went inside of my head here and went down underneath. And the next day he came in. It was done in less time. It was going to be 4 to 6 hours. And he said it was like a miracle. It came out like a puzzle piece. And I don't even think it's malignant. And I looked right at him and I said, "I told you God was coming." And he's been ecstatic since then. He had me interviewed about that then. But with that, I now pass every day telling everybody, you better be happy. You better believe in God, because I think a lot of us aren't. But just really be nice to each other. Love one another. With all these issues we got in society, let's start loving each other. Hug and kiss, like us Italian guys do. And try to really be nice to each other. It's a wonderful thing. It makes you feel better being good to other people.
Wow. Well, that's. I'm trying not to answer your fan mail because everybody's saying funny shit over here, and that's one of the
good.
most intense stories because he really did have a near-death experience because something like that could kill you pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and you survived it. And like any other, or like most Italian knuckleheads, he didn't acknowledge his problem right away. Mm-hmm. Which
Didn't
I
do
had,
anything until I was seeing double vision and falling sideways and losing my hearing and parts of my vision. But the guys on my rugby, I played for Union County Rugby locally for years, and a couple of the guys, including Paul Harbaugh, said, "Well, I guess getting that tumor out didn't stop that craziness that's running around in your head all the time." So that's where we are. It's all a wonderful ride.
Yes. Well, I'm listening to you. I know this story. I've heard this story a couple times, and I remember you got me on the news with you when we were doing something a couple years ago.
Yep.
And right now, all your fans are writing in, and you see all the praying hands, and then you see these people saying how much they love you and that I should give you a hug.
Nice. I got to read
Jim
those.
has a great outlook on life. That golf pro deserves a hug. Thank you so much, everybody, for writing to your sweetheart over here, Mr. Jim Ceccio. I notice your wife's not writing anymore,
That's
but
okay.
Everybody else is.
My son might be watching, but
I'm seeing sideways right.
we can.
I have six
You
wines.
could give a hug to Mark Chopper, as I call him, Sir Chops a lot, the golf pro at Chacamax, and Mark Mazzola, like a little brother to me, helped me with my mom as she was getting older. Wonderful guy. And I did and have been getting constant rehab at my friends down at Health and Fitness Professionals here on East 2nd Street in Scotch Plains. They have the full boat. They got chiropractors, physical therapists, acupuncture, doctors. They have everything. And they've been wonderful. And the mayor has gone into their business and showcased it like all the other businesses in town. Wonderful, great place. And we are full of great Italians, great Irish people, great black people. We have Indians, Jewish, everything. We've got a great melting pot town. It's been like that since we were little kids. He's younger than me.
Yeah,
now.
this is a great town. Everybody's friendly around here. So if you're not friendly, stay out of the town. Leave us alone. We're all happy. Now, where is this place? Do that plug again.
Health and Fitness Professionals. They're right down on East 2nd Street here in Scotch Plains. Their owner, Sean Bassinger, he's cute enough to be Kim Bassinger's sister, but he's a really good-looking guy. Just had his third baby. He has multiple practices. He's in a deal with my buddy Ira Shapiro, Olympic chiropractor, and he wants to go and talk to my buddy Jody Serra, who's out in Center for Natural Health in North Hunterdon, with a huge practice that treats all kinds of pro athletes and celebrities. Wonderful guys. My best friends, my frat brothers, but my buddy Victor Dolan is the greatest of all. Photographic memory, the craziest nerd in our whole fraternity, and I love him, and I talked to him earlier today, and he's probably checking us out.
Yeah, you got a lot of different people writing into the show right now from Scotch Plains, different parts of the country, especially over here on Instagram, which is really cool.
Sokola? Where's Kevin Sokola?
That's Kevin Sokola,
There
KM
you go.
Sicko.
I've known him since he was a kid. His dad was the greatest guy in town, a great coach, great cop. Good guy.
Well,
God bless him.
speaking of health and fitness and speaking of police officers, we're going to talk about some of the audience members who are actually sitting here while we're doing this podcast. And it's really great that we had them come down here and you started the ball rolling on health and fitness.
Yeah.
So if you would just say that one more time, because if there's anybody in the Scotch Plains area, or I guess maybe the tri-state area, if you want to come into this small little quaint town to see a health and fitness expert, once again, if you would,
Health
because
and
right
Fitness
now,
Professionals.
and what's the address?
Yeah, I don't know. It's on East 2nd Street. It's on East 2nd Street, right off the main drag.
No, that
Can't
could
miss
be
it.
anywhere. But here in Scotch Plains, it's a small town. The main street is great. In fact, right now on Park Avenue, one of the coolest places to get your meat is John's Meat Market. They write into the show all the time, and they love to bring us steaks and different stuff like that. So,
They make good brajol.
yeah.
If you don't want to make your own brajol, get theirs. I use it all the time. Good
Italians
guys.
pray to St. Anthony. You had him on your shoulder. Well, there you go. That's really nice.
There you
You
go.
had St. Anthony on your shoulder.
Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, my man, cousin Jimmy, and favorite comedian Mike Marino got your text. I can't wait to be on your podcast. Oh, hey, Nick. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. I really appreciate that. Coming to Michigan. Yeah, I'm coming to Michigan. I'm leaving in the morning. That is hilarious. How come nobody gets that sarcasm? And Sicilian guy, he never showed up to the show. So since we're talking
they're
about,
looking at their phones or something.
yeah, I know.
What is it?
We got to go back to the 80s. That's why I need to run the country.
We gotta start talking to each other.
If I was running the country, I'd say, here's what we're going to do. We're going back to the fax machine. Get rid of your fucking phone, assholes. This is why there's so many problems. Everybody's videotaping what somebody else is doing. Throw your phone in the garbage. We're busy.
Oh, the address? Okay. Health and Fitness Professionals. Here's your address, pal. And he's got 5 centers. He's an up and coming.
Nothing
Great
like
business.
stopping the dialogue right in the middle of a radio show. Now, this is the filming portion of the show, but this goes on iTunes. So when people are watching this on iTunes or listening to this iTunes, they're going to hear nothing. Just like that for 30 seconds. And you know what you get in that amount of time? People hang up because they figured that you hung up. And now that thing disappeared. Thank you, mozzarella. I really appreciate
Man,
that.
it's good mozzarella too.
Yes.
Wow. Yummy.
One of my friends came down the basement tonight, and she is in health and fitness, and she's a trainer. She's a fantastic trainer. She was supposed to be on my show not too long ago, but she came really, really late. In fact, she missed the podcast, and when she came down here, I was eating some health food, which really shocked her. Yes. I was eating Funny Bones by Drake's Cakes. And much to my chagrin, she had one too. Most trainers would probably say, put that down. But she didn't, because she was in the basement, and she said, go ahead and eat it. She didn't have one, but she watched me eat one. And I felt good. So I had another one.
Sounds like me.
When you eat Funny Bones, you have to eat two because they come together. You don't want to be an asshole and put one back in the box and have somebody come over your house and go, hey, who didn't eat the other Funny Bone? And I'd have to say, a trainer. They can only eat one. It's like a tease.
Or my wife.
So why don't we say hello real quick to Stern Fitness. She's training the mayor of Scotch Plains, New Jersey.
Mayor
The
Al.
mayor, Al Smith, who's running for mayor again with your buddy, what's his name? Sparrow?
Ted Sparrow.
Is it Ted?
Ted Sparrow.
And we hope that they win. And so this is the shirt that I got from Stern Fitness. I wear it all the time. I normally wear a large, but she told me to wear a medium. It would make me look like I'm in better shape. But after I eat a Funny Bone, it looks like I got a fatter belly. And like every other Guido in New Jersey, I'm going to cut the sleeves off
Yeah.
His job security.
as a security guard. And so anyway, but if anybody's looking for a trainer in the Westfield, Scotch Plains area, or anywhere in this area, I don't know how far she goes to train. You go to people's houses, right? She will come to your house and bring her own equipment. She came to my house once and brought a parachute. It's a parachute. You put it on and you run. It keeps you from running. Don't you get it?
Yeah.
Don't anybody get it? It's not a real parachute. You can't jump out of a plane with it.
Jump out the tree. Off the roof.
You can't do anything. Yeah. Stern Fitness. Go to the website. Say hello to Lori Sternberg of Stern Fitness. Lori, what's your website?
www.stormfitness.net.
Sternfitness.net. Lori doesn't know that we don't have to say the 3 W's anymore. You don't have to say www anymore. You just say Stern Fitness. Could you imagine somebody say, just go to World Wide Web? I don't even think anybody said that. And I got to say this, the acronyms are pissing me off. I've had enough of the acronyms. When we were kids, we knew one acronym, VD. You don't want it. And that's it. So that's Stern Fitness. Lori brought a friend of hers down to the basement. Excuse me, Jim. I got to get my notes. And you chime in on this too.
Sure.
I don't know about you people, but I'm pro police officer. Always have been, always will be. In the state of Los Angeles, in the state of California, in the area of Los Angeles, I am a reserve. That's right. And I've always done major charities and fundraisers for police department, fire department, and anybody else that helps other people. And we all should do that, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Because they're the ones that are going to help you. So we need to help them. And I've always been brought up in the way when my dad said, if a cop pulls you over, put your hands on the wheel, do whatever he tells you. Or I'll kick your ass myself. That's why I need to be president of the United States, because I will implement that law. Do what he tells you, or he's going to kick your fucking ass. And believe me, you will do what he tells you. I know I would. I used to teach comedy traffic school in Los Angeles. I taught people traffic safety. They developed this thing where the comedians would teach the class. If you got speeding ticket or if you had a taillight out or some shit like this. And I remember we always had to stay up front. You got a driver's license because you signed a contract with the state saying you will do what you're told. Because driving is a privilege, not a right. I had to make that fucking funny in front of 40 people who wanted to kill me. And I did. But anyway, so in the town of Westfield, there is the captain, and he came down here today, and he happens to be Italian. He's sitting over there. Much love and respect to this gentleman who brought us homemade pizza. Not pizza, tomato pie. There's a big difference. Mm-hmm. Tomato pie is a little bit more delicious than the pizza. And you can have it for breakfast with your coffee, because that's what I'm going to do. We're going to have some slices of pizza tonight, but tomorrow morning, that's when the shit hits the fan for a guy like me. I get up early before I go to Stern Fitness to exercise. I have like 4 slices.
There might not be that
4
much
slices. Yeah, that's right. Carlo Valerio's here. He's probably eating all my fucking pizza. Or tomato pie.
I'm taking it home.
That was
So,
good.
much love and respect to the captain in Westfield, John Recerco. Did I say that correctly? He's a fan. He's a great guy. We're going to give him some complimentary tickets, him and his buddies, to come to a Mike Marino live event. I will hook that up. Maybe you can get me some shirts from the police department.
Nice.
I can wear them on the show.
How about some cards?
Guards?
Cards.
Cards. Oh, PBA cards. You need a PBA card?
No,
You
I
of
have-
all people?
I have.
He's got the key to the city. He don't
I
need
have-
no
I have a
PBA card.
box. I have a box of protection.
I don't know about you people out there, but to this day, I still do this. And this is when I came up with my first album live from New Jersey. No, Jersey Born and Raised was my first comedy album. Jersey Born and Raised. We did it at Rascals in Eatontown, New Jersey. And I used to talk about when I got my driver's license when I was 16 years old that my father handed me a baseball bat and he said, here, keep this in the front seat of your car in case there's anything that happens. So I always kept the baseball bat. That's where I came up with the phrase, Vinny, get the bat. That's why there's a baseball bat in every corner of this house. There's 16 baseball bats in this house. I will fuck you up. Some of them are worth the money. Some of them are just, whatever. So my father said, just remember, if a cop pulls you over and he says, what's with the baseball bat, don't say the word protection because he can arrest you for carrying a concealed weapon. I said, well, what should I say? He said, softball practice. So once I got pulled over and it was winter and there was snow everywhere. And the cop pulled me over and he said, what's with the baseball bat? And I said, softball practice. He said, it's winter. And I says, well, I'm getting ready from now. He said, well, why is your baseball bat cut in half with a metal rod down the center? I said, I'm on the remedial team. I'll wait for that. That is fucking hilarious. And to this day, that bat's in my car.
I got one in my car.
Right
too.
under the front seat. Bam! Just in case. You know what? I'm in my 50s. I'll probably cry. But when I was younger, that would have been a good thing to do. So I'm glad that he came down here. I also want to do a shout out to a company that I believe in because, yeah, we're going through the pandemic and yeah, everybody's upset and everybody's depressed, but there are people in this world that are depressed all the time long before the pandemic came around, and those people have suicidal tendencies. So for a while now, I've been doing charities for, I got to spell this out here, SPTSUSA.org, which is Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. I know a lot of people out there realize that a lot of comedians actually do commit suicide because they're on that drug that makes you happy or whatever, and when they don't have the drug anymore, they get unhappy. And I think one of the reasons is when you perform, the endorphins that you get, the high that you get is so out of control, especially when you're making other people happy, that when you come down, you're looking for some kind of a drug. And when you can't have that anymore, I don't know, some of these people do things like take too many pills, and these are things that you shouldn't be doing. So on October 22nd, here in the state of New Jersey, I will stand on stage to raise money for the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. If you guys want to come to this event, we're hoping this is actually going to be an event where it's indoors. Yeah, it's only going to be at 25 to 30% capacity, but you can donate money anyway, whether you go to the show or not. I did one last night for New Jersey Veterans of Association, and they only had 50 people in the room. but they raise thousands and thousands of dollars online. So you could do it too. So on October 22nd, or even before then, if you would go to the website Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide, which is sptsusa.org. I know that's a lot, but with all these acronyms out there, you got to try to remember all of this stuff. I don't want to say shit. You got that? We talked about global warming. We're hoping that the summer's going to come to a really nice end, which means the fall's going to say that we're going to have lots and lots and lots of places that are going to open and we get to perform. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yeah, sounds great.
And then you can go get a nice chiropractic adjustment. In fact, do you want to tell people where they can go to get an adjustment from you?
From me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really work.
You
down
don't
at
work
Health and-
anymore.
I refer there. I tend to go, like our trainer friend here. We go to house. I go to the houses. I treat mostly friends and family, and I refer them to my friends' practices, and this health and fitness professionals, the place I get treated at.
So you prefer to just say somebody else? Yeah, where do you go?
Where do I go? Well, I'll get adjusted by Kenny Sirocco over in Westfield. Renee Garcia, a good friend of the family for years and years, a chiropractor, just took over my friend Bill Bonzo's practice, and Bill's still working with him on Central Avenue in Westfield. But I get worked on by Una down at Health and Fitness, who's really learning how to do a lot of great soft tissue work and range of motion work.
Who's Amy Mazzola? She says the funniest shit. She goes, "Can I get an adjustment in the basement?"
Amy is
we're all going to get adjustments when we're done talking.
Amy is Chopper, the golf pro's wife.
All right. Well, it's nice to see you.
And his nickname is Chops a Lot because he does chop the ball a lot.
Well, speaking of chopping a lot, let's chop up some food because Jim and I are now going to taste some food, and we're going to talk about my most recent sponsor who came on board. I also want to thank Crankle's Food Stores on Route 35 in Neptune, New Jersey. That's Crankle's Day-Night Food Stores on Route 35 in Neptune, New Jersey. Now, if you want to go in there and order the Mike Marino sandwich in there,
Nice.
you're actually going to get a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a roll. And you get two of them for $4.95. This is one of the things we need to bring back in this world. Stop going to Wawa. Stop going to Quick Check. Well, Quick Check's not so bad. It's down the block. Don't go to 7-Eleven and don't order it. Tell the guy behind the counter to make the fucking sandwich and hand it to you. That's the way you want. And not only do you get the sandwich, you get a cup of coffee for free because you ordered. So that's Crankle's Day-Night Food Stores, Route 35, Neptune, New Jersey. Ask for George Crankle. Tell him you want the Mike Marino sandwich. I want you guys also to tune in to another podcast called the Wooden Spoon Podcast. If you would hand me that spoon over there. The Wooden Spoon Podcast is done out of Rochester, New York. These guys are so much fun. They actually sent me a wooden spoon. Look at the size of this spoon, because we all remember when we were kids, we got cracked in the head with a spoon. You got cracked in the ass with a spoon. But I tell you right now, kids these days need to get fucked up with a spoon this big. Look at the size of this spoon. This is how you deal with a millennial. You want a what? Boom, right in the fucking head. Now get back to your room, asshole. All right.
You can always get the bat, too.
So a nice shout out to them. Hey, Robert Crumb, it's nice to see you. We miss you. And I think that's it for all the plugs that I want to do. Oh, and also Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. I got to be like the luckiest guy alive. I get sponsors from all around the world, and I love this shit, and I love doing it. Folks, if you want to sponsor a show, it actually works like a charm, thank God, because I'm not out on tour, and I'm not making that kind of money anymore. But when I could promote somebody's place, and they end up getting some work out of it, I laugh, and I have fun. So Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio,
Nice.
right? They celebrated their 50th anniversary, and if you don't know their phone number, they put it right on the back of the fucking shirt. That is hilarious.
Take a picture.
Isn't that badass?
I love it.
That's walking shit. I mean, walking advertising. I mean, the back of my shirt says "Make America Italian Again," in case you want one at MikeMarino.net. One of my greatest sponsors that I have almost every week that I love, that I'm going to be doing a big show with this Friday, we mentioned before, it's Hero Kings. Johnny Salami owns a place called Hero Kings of Nutley, New Jersey. So if you would hand me this over here, and this over here, I can't believe you haven't touched it.
Nice.
Hero Kings of Nutley, New Jersey. Look how excited I am because now we're going to get to eat on the show, and that's what I love to do. We're almost running out of time. I don't know why I save eating for the last portion of the show because it takes the longest time to do it. Hero Kings of Nutley, New Jersey. I know Johnny Salami since we were a kid. He's been in and out of trouble and getting me in and out of trouble since I'm probably 21. There used to be a place on the Jersey Shore called Belmar, and we hung out at a place called Montego Bay. You went in there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you came out 3 weeks later. The place was fucking unbelievable. And there was a lot of fights, but that just made it easier for you to meet a girl because all the guys who fought left. We couldn't wait for a fight to break out. We were like, the odds are going to be in our favor. Look at all those guys beating the shit out of each other. Yup. Let's get in the game. 30 guys left. They were all bloody, and all the girls were left inside for the chicken shits like me and Johnny Salami.
And picking up gold chains.
And picking up gold chain. Yes,
Nice.
we found their jewelry on the floor. Nothing like a bunch of Guidos beating the shit out of each other, and you're going home with hundreds of dollars worth of gold rings and chains because they're on the floor. That's when you know you and your friends were a bunch of punks. What are you looking at? Just look at the floor. Look at the floor. Where was the fight? Over there. That means the chain is over there. And then you found yourself a bottle of Drakkar, too. Hey, what are you wearing? Drakkar Noir. How'd you get it? I just rubbed up against the Guido.
There you go.
I never even bought it. Remember the merry-go-round? We used to go in the merry-go-round and buy the ugliest clothes. Capezios, parachute pants. But anyway. So Johnny Salami comes out of there and grows up and he becomes the star of Hero Kings. Check this out. He's the star of Hero Kings. He brings us food every time we do the podcast, and he came up with this great idea. He says, Mike, Friday of this week, why don't you come to the sandwich shop and you sit there from like 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock and we'll bestow you with a sandwich. No, I'm waiting because okay, one guy laughed. I could hear him now. That's funny. You know what? Screw you, Robert. You didn't name a sandwich after me. Chess King. Somebody wrote the Chess King. Remember the Chess King? The merry-go-round. That was the club.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to we're gonna go to Hero Kings at 1 o'clock this Friday afternoon. We're gonna have some fun. So I asked Johnny to come down here and fill us with some surprises. And not only can you get sandwiches, but you can get drinks. You get this. They make their own water. People, that's hilarious. Nobody makes their own water. Please, look at everybody. Look at, he makes water. Yeah, he makes water. He's like Jesus.
What's the label on it?
It's Moses. One of the two. We both know our catechism. He said Moses. I said Jesus. One of them. Whoever parted the sea knew how to make water.
Moses.
But you can get these great sodas. This is ginger ale. You want a ginger ale? Pop that open. It's still cold. This is a lemonade. There's chocolate. And I'm sure there's many different other flavors. But right now, I took 3 beautiful sandwiches off a big, gorgeous tray that he brought down to the basement. I love turkey. This is an Italian. And this over here is prosciutto. With a little mozzarella. Mozzarella. You got to say it like that, otherwise you're a white guy. And it has a red pepper on it. See that?
Nice.
All right, so why don't you bite into one of these sandwiches? What would you prefer?
Well, I was gonna go for that, but I'll go for the Italian.
You mean you wanted the prosciutto,
No,
but
you
because
get the
I
prosciutto.
fingered it, you changed
I'll
your
get
mind?
the other one. Yeah.
All right.
I'm practicing COVID.
The prosciutto is the godfather.
The prosciutto.
Is the godfather.
I know
the
a dog
godfather.
named prosciutto. It's the weirdest thing.
Nice.
Prosciutto, where you going? And I also have mozzarella and some nice Italian bread.
The mozzarella's to die for.
And the mozzarella, I also have the what the hell do I have? The balsamic vinegar. Video. This is Italian. Balsamico di Modena. So I'm gonna put this on my mutz, and it's gonna saturate. It's gonna saturate the bread. Don't be shy. Go ahead, Jim.
Sorry.
Bite that
Couldn't
shit.
wait. I'm kind of like at home. That's good. I'm there on Friday. Can't
I
wait.
feel like Rachel Ray.
Wait, the house is on fire?
Prosciutto Jim. That's your new nickname, Prosciutto Jim. You should have eaten and eat it. He ate the Italian.
Well, you're eating that already. I'll probably eat both of them actually.
Are there
Maybe all
hot
3
cherry
of them.
peppers on it?
Oh, hot cherries. My friend Adrian made me some yesterday. They were good.
That's really delicious. Folks, if you're in the Jersey area and you want to get yourself some great sandwiches and you want to get yourself some great food, platters, they cater. You can get the 3-foot sub, 6-foot sub. I never really liked the 6-foot sub. That means you had too many people at your house.
You can't fit it in the refrigerator.
You can't fit in the refrigerator.
Can't fit it.
Can't
What
fit
do
in
you
the
do, what do you
refrigerator.
do with it and you don't finish it?
Go online and go to HeroKingsOfNutley.com. It's theheroking.com, 132 Franklin Avenue, Nutley, New Jersey. Give him a call. In fact, call him and break his balls. Don't order nothing. Just piss him off. 973-661-3095. Ask for Johnny Salami and Jimmy Prosciutto.
I'm gonna bring my table. We might.
He'll
work
bring
on
his
some people.
table.
Yeah, bring your table.
And crack them up a little bit.
In fact, this Friday at 1 o'clock, come and see me and Jim. If you don't like the way I'm cracking jokes and signing autographs, you can get an adjustment from
I'll sign
Jim.
'em.
They'll probably name a sandwich after him before they name one after me. And we're going to have a lot of fun. The Doc sandwich.
I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Jim Prosciutto sandwich, Johnny Salami place, and Mike Marino, I'll get a meatball sandwich. That's what I want, a meatball sandwich.
Nice.
I've also been very luckily, I can't speak now because I got mozzarella in my mouth.
It's on mine.
I got very lucky. We got a brand new sponsor. I'm wearing the t-shirt. Jersey style coffee from Bada Bean. And here it is right over here. Hold it. Product shop. This is Bada Bean coffee. And it's absolutely delicious. I don't know why they're laughing at that. I mean what I say. Check it. Hold it a little higher.
It's so good.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Bada Bean coffee. I love coffee, and I've been saying Bada Bean. I've been saying coffee my whole life, and they spelt it correctly. Cawfee. Coffee. That's the way you say it, and that's the way you spell it.
Coffee.
Right? I actually have been a lot of fun with the Keurig ones. These are the Keurig ones. You know, you just take one and you make yourself a cup of coffee. He's writing into the show right now.
Keurig.
No, wait, hold on. Hello, Bada Bean. Can you hear me? Hello. Fuck. Connecting. Hey, asshole. How you doing?
Yes. Whoa.
What's going on over there? You guys having a good time or what?
We're
Great.
having a great time. Thank you so much for this great sponsorship. We love you, and most of all, we love this coffee. It's out of control.
Awesome. Mike, it was made for all of us. It was made for guys like you and I and everybody else that we know.
What about me?
Appreciates the good word of coffee.
Yes, I just said that. You guys spelled coffee the right way. Cawfee.
It's about time. I think we got to petition Governor Murphy to make sure we can put that in the Jersey thesaurus somehow and put that in the right way of spelling it.
We should definitely call Governor Murphy and again fill him full of coffee and say, hey, listen, open up the clubs. We got things to do.
We give him a little Jersey justice at the same time.
Jersey Justice.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll get him on the table.
Hey, listen, thank you so much for this. We're having a lot of fun. My friends in Los Angeles are buying up the coffee because they need to have some Jersey coffee out there. And this is not only going to make them happy and give them some zing, it's going to give them some Jersey attitude.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what everybody needs right around now. Little Jersey attitude. Just like you said your long time ago. You send a couple Jersey Italians over anywhere you want and you get something done.
That's right. Right now, Foggia Italian Deli in Los Angeles keeps on writing if he could wholesale your coffee. I think this could be the start of something big.
Hey, listen, just tell everybody to go to BadaBeanCoffee.com, and just because they know you, they're going to get 15% off if they put Marino in the code.
Mention Mike.
You got to love that.
Yeah, just put Marino. It's going to say code, put Marino. Don't share that around to too many outside people.
Gee.
Get everybody going. Everybody that knows you gets it. Right?
Yeah, let's not make that a secret.
Yeah.
Go to BadaBeanCoffee.com. Oh, somebody showed up. Hey, how are you?
This is my wife.
Oh, hey, nice to meet your wife.
We're going to get the beans, the Brazilian beans.
Brazilian
Yeah,
beans.
Yeah, she's Brazilian.
I love it.
All right. I don't want you two kissing like that either.
No, don't kiss me.
All right, I'll let you guys go. I appreciate all the stuff. We got to keep Jersey strong.
All right.
Keep Jersey in style. And Mike, I don't know if you told everybody yet. nationwide commercial with our Bada Bean Behind the Beans documentary.
I like it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
We got a lot of stuff coming on, so we don't want to give everybody too much at one time, but we'll tip them off on the next show.
Yeah, it's like too many appetizers. I get you. Behind the bean, that is fucking funny as shit.
Yes. It's going to be the untold. It's going to be the untold. It's going to be the documentary and the untold organization of caffeination across the country.
You should be a writer. You're hilarious. I've been reading the box. This is some funny shit.
Yeah, I got all that.
Coffee's a noun. If you're not from Jersey, this should help you understand the real way to pronounce our perfectly brewed beverage. Coffee, Cawfee.
There you go.
That's right.
Good for you, man. Favorite coffee quotes. I'm going to give him a coffee he can't refuse.
That's it. Come on. You can't get it. You can't explain it. Done.
This is good shit.
All right, man.
All right, thank you.
We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, thanks.
Have a great night.
All right, thank you.
Bye. So there you have it, folks. BadaBeanCoffee.com, and they spell it out. Coffee, Cawfee. BadaBeanCoffee.com. Use the promo code Marino, and you get yourself 15% off. Okay? I actually like the medium roast. That's what I got. Medium roast. These are medium roasts as well. They also have really cool memorabilia. You get these great mugs. So, you feel and look cool while you're having a coffee in a mug like that. You can get one of these t-shirts, and you could really look badass while you're drinking your coffee. Well, listen, we got to get going. I hope you're having a nice time hanging out here, Jim.
Great
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jim Ceccio. We had a lot of fun. We clowned around a little bit, but on a serious note, this man did have a crisis that almost took his life, but he fought, and he's back, and he's here, and he's happy, and he's sharing that love and kindness with everybody around this area. That's for damn sure. So if you want to look him up, you can find him over here at this health and fitness place that we're talking about. Of course, we're going to say our love and prayers to the police officers around the world, especially to our new friend in Westfield. We have a lot of shows that I'm doing this week. I'm going to be at Masako's Italian restaurant this Thursday night at 6 o'clock. My brother Paul's band is going to be the opening act, the Paul Marino Band. It's right on Route 22 in Mountainside. All the information's on my website at mikemarino.net. On Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock, I am going down to Hero Kings, and I am going to be signing autographs. In fact, here's some of the pictures I'm going to be signing. Could you hand me one of those? I got these brand new headshots. They're absolutely free. And so if anybody wants one, we just had them taken a couple weeks ago. I got plenty. I got hundreds of these. That's that one. Oh, here's one of the older ones. I'm going to be selling these. These I'm going to be giving away too. This is the older one. You see I look a little different.
I want this one.
Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, wait a minute. I think we're getting even newer. Here's a real new one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going to be giving these away because I couldn't give them away then. Try to give them away now.
Hey, put the other one up.
What one?
The Karate Kid called. They wanted.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah,
I wish-
Karate Kid, there you go.
Hey, he's got a series.
Nice.
Now, wait. Believe it or not, this is me on As the World Turns when I was 23 years old. So screw you all. Right? I was the troublemaker. Did scenes with Marissa Tomei when she was 19.
Nice.
Do your homework. Google that shit. So, and the rest of my swag that's on sale, Mike Marino 2020 t-shirts, and also the mask that I got on sale, all you got to do is go to mikemarino.net. We got to get going. We had a lot of fun, plus we got a lot of sandwiches and donuts we want to have, while Jim gives us all a free adjustment. I'm Mike Marino. Remember,
Real
make
quickly.
America what?
Make America really, really funny again too. Let's have some fun.
Oh,
And Italian,
that's a lot of pressure. Why do I got to do it?
because you're a comedian.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll do it. Buy some underwear. Let's make America Italian again. Remember, you don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing. You ready, Jim? Don't take no shit from nobody. You weren't ready. You guys say it with me. You ready?
Yep.
Don't take no shit from nobody. All right. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.